Welcome back to the Overcomer Podcast. I'm your host, Jenicka Lopez. Thank you guys so much for choosing to watch and listen to this week's episode. This week's episode is, we're going to be on vibes today. I'm letting you guys know right now. It is a very sentimental, emotional week or episode that we're going to have today. And if you guys don't know, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But my mom's 12-year anniversary, 12, yes, right? 12?
Yeah, 12.
12-year anniversary was on Monday, yesterday. Today's Tuesday. But if you guys didn't know, Omi's mom also passed away December 8th. No coincidence. I always truly believe that it is a God-given plan and his will that we are best friends. Mm-hmm. And my mom, why am I going to cry already? My mom passed away a little bit before her mom. And I'm able to be here and to help her because I love you. Oh, why am I crying? It's really hard. It's really, really, really hard. And I don't think anyone, I love that I'm able to be that person for you, but I don't think you know how much you are that person to me that actually understands me and knows it. And it's just a lot. And I'm grateful to have a best friend like her. That's it. But it's Omi. I didn't even introduce her. It's Omi. We have Omi today. We're going to be talking about grief during the holidays, you guys, because it gets really, really hard.
It does. So get your tissues ready.
Okay, but make sure the mic is here. We have a full room today. We're kind of just going on what we're feeling and what we're feeling, because the holidays, and I feel like any person that has ever lost anybody, the holidays is always the worst.
Yeah, especially when November hits, I feel like, because everyone's with their family, you know, and like you see on Instagram, they're all like all together, and like if you're missing a grandparent or somebody, like I feel like it's always like you're looking at people being happy, but it's like you're happy, but you're missing that person with you celebrating. Mm-hmm. So it's always very hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that it definitely is a lot. It's heavy, and it's hard to be happy. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we get into this, at least. I mean, I used to, but now that I'm seeing Omi, how many years is it?
It's 3? Gonna be 4.
3, 4?
It's gonna be 4, yeah.
4 years for Omi.
Well, it was 4. 4.
It was?
It's gonna be 4.
It's gonna.
Well, it's Tuesday.
Okay, look, no, you guys, so that you guys have context. Today is a Saturday. Today's Saturday, December 7th. Okay, tomorrow's Omi's mom's anniversary. And then my mom's is on Monday, and this episode comes out Tuesday. So we're having a couple drinks.
Yeah.
We're having drinks. If you guys celebrated my mom this weekend, thank you. Please also celebrate Omi's mom.
Oh, cheers.
Shout out Maria. Shout out Jenny. Shout out,
They're partying it up right now. We don't even know it.
Yeah.
They're
the
happier
banda, everything. And I don't know, dude. It does. The holidays do get like they're missing out on so much.
I know, but they're happy. They just, it's true what they say. Like, even though we miss them because they're gone and they're not here, the ones who actually suffer is us, because we live with knowing they're not here. We will never see them again, and they're happy, pain-free.
Okay, 4 years later, what are you feeling now? Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Because I remember talking, I remember little things that I tell you, and like now that I'm starting to see like it happen, like you living a certain way, I'm like, damn, like
I think it's harder as you get older. Because you realize, like, even if like you want to think of having kids or just your life in general, like, you don't have a mom. Mm-hmm. I'm not close to my aunts like that, so I can't say like I have another, mother figure. I mean, I do have another person that's like a mother figure, but your mom will always be your mom. Like, no one would ever take that place. And I think, like I said, you get older, like, yeah, I have my dad, but I think my dad's the best dad. But a mom is different. Like, the love they give you, like, you know, even just to call them, like, it's so different, you know? And I think these 4 years, like, I think I did my healing my third year, but I think this year's where it's kind of weird. I actually feel it more and I miss her more, but I'm happier. I just don't know how to explain it. It's weird.
It's like mixed feelings. Like,
Yeah.
do you feel wrong to feel that way? Like,
Yeah,
happy?
I do. Like, Thanksgiving, I was so happy and I didn't even spend it with my dad and I was really happy and it was probably like the best Thanksgiving I ever had, you know? But my last Thanksgiving, I spent it with my dad, but obviously, like, I met his new girlfriend and stuff, so it was a little different for me. So it's a little bit of everything, you know?
Remember last episode we were talking about your dad dating?
I know, and I wasn't okay with it,
No.
remember?
Okay, so where are you at right now? Give us an update.
Yeah, the last episode, I was not talking to my dad. He had a girlfriend and I didn't accept it. But now I accept it. I met her last year and he's been with her and he's happy and I'm happy for him. I talk to her now. I have a relationship with her daughter, my stepsister. And yeah, it's really good, honestly. Like, it makes me know that he's happy and somebody's taking care of him. Like, I don't have time to take care of him. You know, somebody's taking care of him. He lives in Mexico. He comes back and forth. Sorry, I can't. He's just looking at
Vibe.
He's just staring at me.
You're
Sorry.
okay.
I know. So I'm in a really I'm in a really good place right now with my dad and his girlfriend and all that. So I think in these, what is it, 3 years, I could say I grew a lot. It was hard, but I think it was worth it. And he's happy that I accept his relationship now.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think, it was needed. And I'm happy you did too.
I know.
Because, that
it's
took
just
a
matter
lot.
of time. Like, I know a lot of people told me, like, you need to understand, but I'm a person that I need to see it to believe it myself. Like, even if somebody tells me, I'm very, like, I'm a Taurus, I'm stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes for me to go through a lot to be like, okay, I get it now, I accept it now, you know?
Yeah.
But I also did want to go back to the beginning of the part where you had said that, I help you, but I don't think you know that if I didn't have you, I wouldn't be here because, you and your sister that don't have your mom helped me a lot to understand, that it's okay that she's not here, and in that time that I lost my mom, like, I didn't get it. And I don't have anybody besides you guys that has lost a mom, and it's just weird how it's like a day, before or whatever, but, you helped me a lot and you always tell me, like, oh, you gotta feel your pain, and I would always ignore you, like, oh, no, I'm fine. I was keeping busy, but I think I understood that you have to feel your pain, And I think that's the most important thing, for anybody going through any situation, whether it's a loss or whatever it is. Like, you have to feel your pain. If you don't feel your pain, it adds up and then you just blow up.
Yeah.
And it just becomes worse. And, sometimes being lonely, I think being lonely and sad, it's hard. It hurts. But once you get out through that, you realize how much growth it did to yourself.
It hurts so much. Like, it hurts so much to have to, like, say that and have to do that. Like, it's easier to say it than do it. Yeah. Said than done. And I think that, like, I don't know, bro. Like, that shit sucks, bro.
I know.
Like, I'm happy, like,
it's just hard. I just say it's in a roller coaster of emotions. Like,
it is.
You're okay, like, right now. In an hour, you'll be crying. Like,
no, but that's what I mean. It's like, I'm so happy with my life. Like, thank God. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm happy with where you're at in your life too. But it's like, fuck, bro. Like, you're already 30. I'm already going to 30. What? I don't know. Like, it's like, it's starting to get to that point where it's like, damn, like, I'm eventually going to have to get married. I'm eventually going to have kids. And it's like, those are moments.
Yeah. That's exactly why. Like, I was telling you the other day, like, I think about having kids because it's like, who's going to take care of my kids? Like, I have my dad. I mean, like, but it's different having a dad. Like, I see the way my mom raised my nieces and nephews and was with them, gave them the love. And, my other friend, like Melanie, how her mom raises her baby. And I'm like, damn, like, I'm never going to have that.
Have that opportunity.
I don't have that. I don't even have a sister. Yeah, I have you guys and my friends, but it's different. I don't have it's different with the mom. Like, it's so different.
It is. And I think that a lot of people take it for granted.
Yeah.
I really think that they do. And I think it's just during the holidays, bruh. It's like and I know it. It's scientifically proven. Like,
Yes.
once you start
I'll be fine.
November?
January 1st, I'll be fine.
Yes. No, we're going to be fine on Tuesday. Like, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's the dread of like these days coming up, and it's so annoying. Like, I'm being so vulnerable and so honest with you guys right now, but this shit is like, it's a drag.
Yeah.
Holidays are so like, the kids get older.
Yeah.
Like, my brother had a baby on Christmas. Like, what the fuck? Like those are moments where it's just like, fuck, like, there's so many things that they miss out on.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that we can't ever share, or that they can't be here for. And it's just a constant reminder all the time. And it's annoying. It's like people that don't even go see their parents or go for the holidays. It's like the time or what I would give in the world. Like, I would literally beg God, like, anything just to see one more time. Like,
Yeah.
or have one more, like, stupid Thanksgiving. Like, I loved it. Thanksgiving was great, but it's never the same. Like, there's always an empty space in the room.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like nobody really gets it until they go through it, and it happens, and it's like, I have to remind myself, like, in the holidays, like, and even when we were talking about it, like, we've been talking about what are we gonna do for, like, our moms and whatever, and that still trips me out till today, that it's just a day after
it's just
another.
weird.
But, like, what are we gonna do for our moms or whatever? And I know what it means for you, because it's so fresh for you still.
Yeah.
And, like, the difference with me, like, we've been not arguing, but we just, like, she's like, oh, well, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to, like, get drunk or whatever? And it's probably not the best idea, but, like, I know that's healing for her. Okay. And I know what it, like, for me, it's a little bit different, because it's like, I'm just going to live any other day, any other, you know, whatever. And I mean, we'll see.
We're going to get drunk.
We're going to get drunk. No, but it's a Monday. Imagine, who cares? Monday. No, but yeah, dude. I think that people take it for granted, and even during the holidays.
I mean, and like, I think even me, like, when I did have my mom, like, now that I think of it, like, I mean, I used to be the same like everybody else. I would take my mom for granted. I wouldn't see little things. Mm-hmm. And now that, like, obviously she's not here, like, I'm like, wow, like, I took her for granted so much, and I didn't realize it, you know? And she would always tell me, like, when you have your kids, you will understand.
Yep.
I mean, I don't have kids now, but I understand why she said that.
Like, you already get it.
Like, I would hurt her unintentionally with little things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And now that, you know, obviously that she's not here, I'm like, damn, like, fuck, like, I should have took the time to do this, took the time to do that. But that's the thing, like, that's why I always tell all my friends, like, spend the time with your parents, your dad, because I don't want you. And it's crazy because you will always tell me that. Omi, go home. Go home. And, you know, she would always tell me that. Now I do that to other people. So it's like, you know, a pattern. Like, I mean, she did her part to help me. I'm doing my part to help my friends that still have their family here, because it's like, you just never know. Like, one day you're here, one day you're not.
It's because the pain that we feel is something that we wouldn't ever wish on anybody else.
Never.
Like, when I, like, tell you that this shit hurts. Like, this is another type of, like, and I think, and I'm so grateful. Like, it's made me so strong, and I know that it's made you strong, but it's just like, not even on my worst enemy. Like,
never.
I do not wish this type of pain or grief in anybody's life. And if you're going through this, I am sorry. Like, I am with you. I hear you. It is a pain in the ass to live every single day knowing that your mom isn't here. Okay, for you, I don't know. It's different for me because it's a constant reminder every fucking day, bro.
Yeah. I know, and that's
That
why I always
shit,
tell you, like,
like-
it's good and bad because, like, if you tell me right now, do you remember your mom's voice? I don't remember what my mom's voice sounds like.
I don't remember my dad's voice.
Unless I
Yeah.
go to a video and look at it. Like, obviously, you know your mom's voice because you hear her everywhere. So I think it could be good and bad, you know, like, but, sorry, se me fue el tren. Come back, train.
So annoying. I hate us so much, dude. You guys, there's no. I told. There's people in the room right now. Like, we have a full room.
Shout out David.
Shout out David, Nicole, Lando, Vibe, Valerie. Like, this was so. This is what my life is right now. Like, I'm with my best friend, and all we wanted to do was talk about the pain that we feel and give the opportunity. Like, you know, our friends in the room, our friends, fortunately, all have their moms in their lives, which is beautiful. It is. I'm so happy.
Both parents.
Well, yeah, because
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, even for you, like, honestly, if I'm being real right now, if God would have took my dad away with COVID as well, my mom, like, I would not be here. So I don't know how you do it,
bro.
Because luckily you have, like, siblings that are, like, very close to you and they support you. I mean, my siblings do too, but I feel like you guys have a tight ass love. You know what I mean?
You know why though? And I'm grateful that my mom raised us that way though, because I feel like there's so many people that don't, like, they're not cool with, like, their brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I'm always fighting with my brothers all the time.
No, but it's like and I'm grateful that my mom raised us that way though, because I can't. There's nothing else. Like, imagine if I was an only child.
Yeah, no.
Bro, imagine, like, that would be insane. Like, it would. I probably would have not. I wouldn't have been here.
Yeah.
We're gonna go on a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, you guys.
So you know what I also wanted to say, like, growing up being Mexican, and I'm saying this for myself. I know people will probably relate to it because they always comment and tell me the same thing. Like, we're shown not to show our pain. Like, whenever I was going through this, my mom be like, okay, like, you know, you have to be strong, this and that. We don't talk about this. We don't talk about that. And even with my dad, like, I will never, even if I'm on the floor, I would not call my dad and say, hey, I need help. But that's just how we grew up, you know what I mean? And I feel like even with like grief and stuff, like, if you ask me, like, when have you talked to your dad like you miss your mom? Never. Like,
you never like, sorry.
Not that he doesn't care. My dad cares about me so much, and I care about him.
But you just don't talk about it with him.
You just don't.
You haven't talked about it, like, once with him ever?
Never. He knows when I don't call him. He knows I'm sad, and, you know, like, same with him. But he's just old, retired, and he's like, my job as a parent is not for. I don't call you. You need to call me. If you want to know how I'm doing, you call me. So if I don't call my dad, then I'm not gonna know how he's doing. And I'm like, and I get that now. Like, it's true.
Okay, but and everybody can opinionate, but the phone works both ways. At the end of the day, you're his daughter,
right? He already made his statement. If he doesn't call me, it's not that he don't care about me. I'm old. I'm retired. I'm living my life. You need to call me. That's just.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what that's like. I don't know. I know that I have to be the one to call my siblings. You know that.
Yeah.
I like to put the effort in as well, but, like, your brothers too, you know, you've never really talked about it with them.
No, it's because
it's
a very tough situation. Like,
I have a question. Wait, for real, this is more for Omi because I already know Jenicka's response, because the reason I'm asking this question is because Jenicka taught me this. But I want to know how you feel about it, Omi. Do you feel like because of what you went through with your mom, it, like, helps you maneuver, like, current relationships in your life now? Like, for example, I've never lost anybody, right? Like, I have my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa, my cousin. I've never lost anybody.
Lucky bitch.
Okay. The dark joke. So when anything happens, like, even, like, the bare minimum in my life, whether even if it's, like, something as simple as an acquaintance, it hurts, like, bad, right? Because I'm not really used to losing anyone. So has what happened with your mom helped you maneuver the relationships in your life or view them any different?
Yeah, actually, I'm not trying to be mean, but I really don't care about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, the pain, like I could lose a friendship or whatever, and it's not gonna hurt me. Like, I feel like I already dealt with the pain, the worst pain in the world.
What did I tell you?
Literally.
I told you that.
I deal with the worst pain in the world. Like, I love my dad, but, you know, I want my dad here my whole life. I gotta die before him. But if God was to say, like, take my dad, I think I would.
It's different.
It's different.
It is
because
different.
even though me and my mom had a good relationship, but we always had like a little picky relationship. But like, she was my mom. Like, I would get home and she would be like, "Let me rub your feet, make me a little," you know what I mean? Like, it's different.
Okay, yeah. So I think what Omi's trying to say is that, yeah, like, and I've told you the same thing, Val. Like, nothing scares me to lose anything anymore. No. Like, and that's probably too scary, and maybe that's a bad thing. Like, I don't know. But I'm not scared to lose any more, like Omi said, any more friendships, any more people. Like, I mean, obviously my siblings. The day one of my I'm done. I'm not joking. Okay? Like, that is it of my life, because they are my motivation. Yeah. That is the reason why I'm alive. Yeah. You know, and it's different. Like, when you lose something, again, the pain is so unbearable, you guys. Like, it is a dread. And I'm not saying it's a dread to wake up every day, but it was a dread. Yeah. Like, I'm sure Omi wakes up every day still dreading that she's alive.
Yeah, I forget sometimes. Sometimes it's like I'm doing something and I think earlier I was sending a picture, or Orlando showed me a picture my brother posted, and it was my two brothers when they were little. And I was going to send it to my brother, but I type in mom, and I was like, we're literally eating. I'm like, wait, why am I sending it to my mom?
Do you have text messages with your mom?
I do. I still have her on my favorites. I have not changed it. It's still there.
You're lucky. Like, that one, you're lucky. Stop. Because I'm being for real. Because when my mom passed away, she had her black. I don't have anything.
Yeah. Like, but sometimes I feel bad because I can't go back to my messages with my mom, because there's a lot of messages that, like,
you regret.
I ignored because I was busy, or I wouldn't. But I would call her all the time. But I wasn't a texter with her, and she would send me pictures. Ah, ya está la comida lista. And sometimes I'm like, fuck. Like, so now when my dad texts me, my dad texts me a freaking coffee cup of Jenny Rivera every day with his bread. And I'm like, oh my God, my dad. But I reply, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to regret this. I am typing away. Oh, Dad, you know, you have to. Yeah. It sucks, but you literally torture yourself for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
And that's what I do with my dad, because I'm like, the day my dad's not here, like, he's my last thing. If something was to happen to him, I don't know what's gonna happen to me.
I don't think people really understand it.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but that's the whole point. Like,
I feel like it's good to talk about this, because, like I'm telling you, like, a lot of people don't talk about it because it's like something so like taboo. Like, you don't talk about this.
And I don't want it to be taboo.
But there's so many people dealing with this. Like, when I post, sometimes I don't even want to post shit, and I feel it, and I'm like, I don't want people to think I'm crying on fucking TikTok, but I feel it, and I post it, and the comments I get, I'm like, someone says, my mom just died a week ago. My mom just died a month ago. And I'm like, fuck, like, that's fucking crazy. Like, every day, moms are dying. Or in general, anybody. But it's like, for me, I see it hard because it's like, it's your mom. Like, no one replaces that.
No.
Not even a dad either, but I feel like a mom, she birthed you. She gave birth to you, so it's different.
I have another question.
What?
The interviewer. Well, both of you answer it, okay?
Okay.
What was more like, well, I don't want to say more or little, because I don't want to, like, belittle any moment in your guys' process, but what would you say was, like, the hardest moment? Like, when you first found out, the funeral, or, like, adjusting to living life without her? Like, what would you say in that order was, like, hardest to simplest?
I couldn't wait for the funeral to be over.
Same.
For sure. And it's a lot harder that it's public, because it was different with my dad, because obviously, you know, my dad was my dad. No one really, knew him. Funeral was a dread, but I wanted to just, and I know the same for you. I was with you that day. But I think the hardest thing is living without them. Mm-hmm. Like, it's harder navigating life and trying to figure out if you are like I've chosen not to live by what my mom would do. You know what I mean? It's like it, and it's hard in the beginning to separate that. Like, am I how am I it's that pressure, like am I disappointing her if I'm living a certain way?
Yeah, I think
You know?
it was harder because your mom was a public figure.
No, but it's also like even as a daughter, like, you know, I only had my mom for 15 years and there was so much of life that I like missed out on.
See, that's another thing where like sometimes when I'm mad at God, I thank God because I mean, I got 28 years with my mom, and you know, you got that many years, and there's people that get less years, and there's people that get more years. So sometimes I'm like, when I mean, it's not good to do because my therapist is like, you can't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm like, you know what? Thank you, God. I got 28 years. Like, I could have got 15. I could have got 6 to 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It's hard, but I agree with you. It's to me, it was walking into my house, knowing it was cold. Because the funeral, like, I'm not gonna be lie. My mom was like Jenicka. She's a Libra. She hated people. That Jenicka don't hate people, but they don't like being around people. And my mom always said, like, the day something happens to me, I don't want no one there. I don't want the casket open. So to me, like that, my mom had to pass away in COVID, where no one could get close to her. Like people were scared to go to her funeral because they were scared to get sick. Like there was literally, we have a big ass family. I'm telling you, when we have funerals, that sounds really weird. When there's funerals in our family, like there's literally like 300 top people. Like my mom's funeral, like you saw Jenicka, it was literally like 20 people because everyone was so scared.
And it was COVID.
And I
too,
literally
remember?
laughed and I'm like, fuck, my mom is funny because this is exactly what she wanted.
Yeah.
She didn't want no one there.
At the time that, yeah.
And, you know, that's exactly what happened. And, but yeah, for me, it was just walking into my house, knowing my mom wasn't there. And it was just a cold house, just my dad, my brothers, and that's it.
That was hard coming home too. Like, I remember staying at like my grandma's for like 2 weeks, bro. Like,
yeah. And that's exactly why I had to move out of my house that same year, because I couldn't go to my room and I would just wait for her to knock.
yeah, I remember.
And in those times, I would always be so mad, like, oh, fuck, why is she knocking again? Like, why is she coming in my room?
Dude, I would be on the phone with you.
I would be I'm like, oh my God, what does my mom want to get in now? I'm like, fuck, like, I'm just waiting for that.
Dude, and one of the things that I think about all the time is like waking up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. every day. And it's like, get ready. Let's go work out. And then, although, like, to this day, like, obviously that little shit affects me, but I miss it so much.
The things you hate, you're going to miss. It's just how it is.
Literally, like, I miss waking up, like, at 6 in the morning, going on a walk with her, and then her taking me to school. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Breakfast in the morning, and that's it. Like...
Yeah, that's what I always say. It's the meals for me. It's the food.
And people don't. It's just I don't like, and it's maybe it's hard to understand through the camera or through audio, but it's like you guys like. It's the little things.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people that have gone through that is gonna relate to us and be like, "Fuck," and they know exactly what I mean, because when I see people talk about it, I'm like, "Fuck," somebody understands me, and it's just a whole nother world of people that.
I have another question. No, because I know people are gonna I know people are gonna wonder that way. Because all these questions I already know the answers to. It's more for the public. Thank you guys. Thank me later. No, but for real. And if it feels like belittling to your emotions, also let me know. But do you think, maybe Omi, you can answer it. Do you feel like it was easier that you kind of knew your mom was going through something rather than it being random? Because I don't want to say I would assume.
Yeah.
Do you feel like maybe if it was
like hers was just instantly?
Hers
yeah.
Yeah.
Too, but I couldn't think of a question. But I was like, she knew her mom was sick and was gonna pass away, Jenicka just woke up one day and her mom was not here.
Well, my
Like,
dad also was sick,
Yeah.
and he passed away. So there's
Honestly,
Technically, hold on. I want to add something. Omi didn't know her mom was gonna pass away because,
Well, no, but
like, we kind of
you were
really.
prepared. It was preparing.
Yeah,
You were
honestly,
aware.
But Omi, we had a lot of hope though. Like, let's be real. Like,
Yeah.
I at least I remember I lived those moments with Omi, and
Yeah.
I was like almost 100% convinced that God was gonna do a miracle, and He didn't, but He's still good, right? But like, I didn't think that something was gonna happen to her.
honestly, I don't know, cause it's. I feel like I think it's easier to know when. I mean, even though I had a lot of hope for my mom, like I knew how sick she was, and I know that she wasn't gonna come out. I already knew him deep in my heart. Like to this day, I know she was not gonna.
You could say that you knew.
Yeah, I knew she was not gonna come out of this.
Okay.
And even if that 1% of hope I had, I know she was gonna live her life miserable, and she wasn't gonna be happy. So I already knew that she wasn't gonna make it. So I feel like in those, it was like a month, 15 days that she was in the hospital, and I was like, I feel like it helped me because it helped me prepare. Like 15 days, I didn't talk to my mom. She was literally intubated. I didn't talk to her, so I feel during that time it helped me know that my mom's not here no more. Like she wasn't really here. She was on a machine.
Do you remember the last time you talked to her?
Yeah,
Like before she was intubated?
yeah.
Because I never
I
had that.
actually have a screenshot of our FaceTime call, and I was so sick too.
Oh, because you guys, dude, the thing
Yeah.
is that Omi and literally her whole family were in separate rooms in the same hospital.
Yeah, except my mom. She was at Killer Kaiser.
It's true. Let's not address Kaiser
Anyways.
Permanente.
Get me started with Kaiser.
No, but
No, but no, like I mean, I don't think I've ever said this before. But that's the last FaceTime call I had with my mom. Mind you, like I was so sick with COVID too. Like I hardly remember anything, but that's one thing I never forget is it's a screenshot I have, and I mean I'll share it with Jenicka if she wants to add it part of the podcast. But she literally told me, "Aquí me van a matar," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Sí, aquí me van a matar," and I'm like, "No, mom, like."
yeah,
And she's like, "It's because no one here understands you. Like you had COVID, you had to be there alone. Like
yeah.
my mom spoke English, but not really, but she understands. And in the hospital,
This was
everything
prime
yeah,
COVID.
it was prime COVID, and like it was just crazy. Like, and those are her last words. After that, she was intubated, and we try not to get her intubated, but I mean, there's nothing we can do, and
Yeah.
those are her last words, and I do believe that happened because once we started seeking more things to help her live, they started kind of like rejecting and getting mad at us. And
Yeah.
when she got to the
The
funeral
system.
home,
Mm-hmm.
they told us that her belongings were just thrown on her, and I was like, what do you mean?
Crazy.
It was just crazy. Like it was just like insane. Like, you know, I could be in that moment, like I just chose to, you know what, my mom like had a lot of sicknesses. Like she lived very depressed after my brother passed away. Like my mom was basically dead since my brother passed away. So she always, every week I would hear my mom say, I want to die, I want to die, I want to die. But because my mom was so depressed that she lost my brother, like it really affected her. So like I know if anyone wanted to go to heaven and be with her son, it was my mom.
Yeah.
That's what she wanted. That's all she wanted. She wasn't happy living here.
Yeah.
She was just living here for us.
Yeah.
So I know she's happier. I don't think there's one doubt in her mind that she wants to be here in this world right now.
No. And I would have honestly at this point, I wouldn't want them to come back. Let
No,
them
hell
let
no.
them be happy. Let them live there. Like it's just this world, it's so ugly, and it's like it's just annoying, bruh.
I know.
It's annoying.
Sometimes
It's like,
I swear to God, like, but I don't know if you dream of your mom, but my mom is so present in my dreams. Like when I miss her, it's weird. Like I hate it because I don't like it. But like I was like, you know, a week and a half ago, I was having really weird thoughts, and you know, I was talking to her, and I went to sleep. I went to sleep that night. And she was trying to pick me up in a car, and I'm like, "Can I go with you?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "Come on, I want to go with you. Just take me to the mall." She's like, "No, you can't come with me." And then the passenger side was my aunt that passed away, which was like her best friend 2 years after. And she didn't want to take me, and I was so mad because she didn't want to take me with her to the store. Obviously, later, later on that I look at this, I'm like, okay, like I see the bigger picture. My cousin calls me a day after. She's like, I had a dream of you. And I said, what? She goes, bitch, you were trying to take me to the mall with our mom.
Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up, Omi.
And I said, you're lying. She goes,
dude,
no.
you and your cousin
Yeah.
always have this
I
something
know.
similar.
And she's like, you're trying to take me to the mall. And I kept telling you no, because we're not going to come back. And you're like, no, let's go. And I was like, and I told her the truth. I was like, honestly, like, I've been feeling really weird. And I said, and I told her my dream, and she started tripping out. I was like, I don't know why she doesn't dream her mom. She dreams my mom. And I always dream both of them together all the time. So it's like, it's just crazy. Like, my mom's always in my dreams. And I always see her. Like, it's weird.
I've never dreamt of my dad.
Yeah.
I maybe dreamt of my mom like once, but
I never dreamed of my brother.
Time ago. I've never. Maybe that's better for me though, because
It's
I
better
feel like
because
I
it makes
wouldn't
you
like.
sad.
Yeah. And I feel like I would be in my head about it.
Yeah.
Like I'd start thinking things and like,
yeah.
I don't know, knowing me. But that's just
it's
like,
better.
okay, we're gonna go to a quick break because I want another shot, and we'll be right back.
Oh, damn.
Welcome back, you guys. We took a little quick shot. Look, you guys, this is a very special episode.
We're celebrating Jenny Rivera. So everybody,
And
hold
Maria.
on. No, if you're watching this right now, take a shot. Listen to Jenny Rivera and post a TikTok right now.
But yes, you guys, it is our mother's anniversaries. We are grieving. This is how life is. If you guys don't like that we're drinking, I'm sorry. This is the way we're coping for today.
Only once a year.
This is what we do. This is how I wanted to just be comfortable and safe and with my friends and be able to,
All right, I have a question.
What?
Okay, obviously, we all like, before I met you, I was a big fan of your mom.
Right.
I went everywhere she went. She knew who I er.
Okay. She wants to just rub it in everybody's face.
Of course,
okay?
because she loved me. I'm dark, but she used to call me Güera. Of course.
She
the
knew my
fuck?
mom.
Yes.
Nicole, you don't know? Omi was like the
Yes.
biggest fan. Like,
Let me tell you, honey, Staples Center, September 3rd.
Come here.
I gave her a hat. She took off her hat and gave me her hat.
Okay.
Yep.
What, why were you a big fan of her?
You know what? Let me tell you one thing about her mom. She appreciated people who support her, like, through thick and thin. I would go to not every concert because my dad wouldn't allow me because I was young. And because she used to cuss a lot, he'd be like, no. But then he got used to it. And I used to go to Tengo Talento. My mom used to lie for me that I went to college, but I was really at Tengo Talento seeing her. Yeah. And my mom would be in the car waiting for me.
and the day my mom passed away, she quit her Smart and Final job.
Oh my God, no one knows that one, huh?
Yep. She
Yeah.
quit the day that my mom passed away.
I used to be a cash register. I was really devastated. I had to quit Smart and Final. And you know what? No. You know what?
I'm done. I'm tired.
I'm serious. Like, I was really devastated because I didn't even know Jenicka at then. I only knew like Jenny, and I met Chiquis like twice. But I used to go. Jenny was at the radio station. I would go. She was here. I would go. We would go everywhere. So she already knew like her loyal fans, like that were always there through thick and thin. And that's one thing that she appreciated them. So that September Staples Center show, she gifted me my ticket because Mikey was going through court, and we went to the court to support. So she gave everybody that went there, she gave them a ticket for the concert. Yeah, so and then that concert, we were first row. She gave us first row, and I gave her my hat, and she gave me her hat. And I still have that hat.
So what was your question?
What was my question? Okay, here's my question. Like, obviously, like, your mom is Jenny Rivera. Like, how do you feel knowing your mom is your mom? But obviously, like, there's so many people that admire her and love her. But, like, she's your mom. Like, besides the artist name, besides, everybody loving her. Like, at the end of the day, like, she's your mom, your MOM. Like, I can't imagine.
She said,
No, you know what? Because my mom's my mom, but I can't imagine like everybody loving my mom.
You have to share your mom.
Exactly what I mean.
okay.
That's not a good thing.
Because it's beautiful in both. Because let me tell you, so many artists have passed away, but no one celebrates the way they celebrate December 9th. On TikTok, everyone's posting videos. Oh, it's December. I hate to hear that audio of, the whole thing, but people use that audio to be like, I'm gonna celebrate Jenny. Like, you don't, Vicente Fernandez, I love Vicente Fernandez. He's a fucking icon, legend. But no one celebrates the way they celebrate Jenny.
But did that make it harder for you? Like,
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so Jenicka, how do you feel? It's okay to be selfish because you're her daughter. At the end of the day, she's your MOM.
And you look exactly like her.
Like, so what are your feelings? I was going to say, how do you feel? But I don't know. Like, what are your feelings? What are your thoughts when you know that your mom is your mom, but like you also have to share her because of who she was with everyone, because she's so important to so many people's lives, and like the way they learned from her, they affected her life. Like, do you ever feel like kind of like, damn, like that's my mom, like I only want her to be my mom, like, or what are your feelings?
As a daughter, sometimes I just wish that I was able to grieve in private. Like, I'm able to, I honestly, sometimes I wish I can be in Omi's position where I don't need that constant reminder. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. I'm grateful. I love it. Thank you. Like, I love that people love my mom. I genuinely do. Like, it's beautiful. Like, and 12 years later is insane. But do I wish I could live a normal day without being reminded that my mom is dead? Yes. 1,000%. Yeah. Like that, like.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's like.
If I see people posting oh, like R.I.P., like I miss you so much, Diva, whatever. I would be like, you don't miss her as much as I miss her.
It's like, worse when like people start like right now is the time, like this weekend and like the holidays and stuff, where people start coming up with their bullshit like she's still alive.
Yeah, see, that's what makes me mad.
They killed her. They this and that. And it's like,
it's because,
bro, I fucking wish. Like, I wish that she maybe for her to knock on my fucking door, like that would be insane. Yeah. Like that would literally be like my dream come true.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's also like I get what you mean, but it's also beautiful to see like that they still fucking love her so much.
No,
because
and I love it.
There's so many artists in the world that people forget about, but I feel like your mom, like, people don't forget about her.
No.
Why? Because she was such a legend, and obviously the way it happened so tragically.
Yeah.
But also, we all know your mom, if she was going to go down a way, that's the way she was going to go down. Like, she had to let
that's
everyone.
That's crazy.
I know. But she also, like...
Literally, someone asked me the other day, they're like...
I mean, she said...
you know what it is? You know what I hate, though? And I'm going to be so honest. It's like explaining it to people, bruh. Oh, my God.
To someone that doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Like, I love it. Like, I love people not knowing me, but then it's also like, this is the uncomfortable part of my life that people don't understand. Yeah. And that scares them.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it sucks. It's just like when people ask me, like, oh, so how did your mom pass away? In a plane crash.
Like, fucking crazy.
Like, what a like, and it's harder to explain, and it's just like it puts this pressure, and sometimes it gives me anxiety. Like, I don't know how to explain to people, like, my mom passed away in a plane crash because she's a singer and because she does this and whatever, and like,
I see what you mean, but I feel like that also affects you, because I've been on a plane before with you, and there's been turbulence, and I have seen the way you get, and it's like as a friend, like, I can't do nothing about it, but it's scary. Like, obviously, we're in a plane, there's turbulence, like, you freak the hell out, and I feel like people don't know that, like, it's scary to see how you get, but it's like, I can't help you.
No.
Only you can help yourself, you know what I mean? And it's scary, but that's something that you have to live with forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's literally what I have to deal with it every day. But yeah, to answer your question, like, it gets a little bit, it's hard. But it's specifically in this time period.
Do you think it prolongs like your healing process because your mom is...
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Honestly, coming from my mom, I'm not saying my mom is nobody. My mom is my mom. Shout out Maria.
Damn, Maria the homie right there.
Honestly, fuck, I miss your chilenos, girl. But anyways. No, yeah.
Like I always think like, oh, like what am I gonna do when my mom passes away? I have to call her. I would think of her all the time, and then scrolling through like TikTok or
Yeah.
mom, it's like a constant reminder. Like, do you think that just affected you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you know
Every
what?
day, and I have to tell, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I have to tell Val, I have to tell you guys, like, turn it off.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I don't want to, like,
Even hearing her voice, like
yes.
Yeah, honestly, it would
It's
flip.
like, and I'm trying, and I try every day. I'm like, let me just try. Let me just look at it. Let me like.
you haven't heard it?
I try.
Maybe today we will try.
No, but like, it's hard. Like, and I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry to you guys. Like, cause I know you
Why?
guys are fans and you guys love her and you guys want to hear her music and like. All this stuff, like, it's
it's
beautiful,
okay.
and I appreciate it so much, like, from the bottom of my heart. But it's like, it's harder when you listen to the music, but that's the thing that took her away, you know, like, and that's what people don't really understand. Like, I'm grateful for who my mom is, like, I do, but I wish I just had my mom.
Right.
You know, like, I wish I just had her a little bit more because she shared so much of her life with all of you guys. You know? Like, and Omi's able to have those memories of, like, her mom cooking for her and, like, this, and that. And I don't have that many memories. Like, I love when my mom cooked for me. Like, I did. Those are, like, the ones that I remember.
Yeah.
You know? But she was always working. And I appreciate it. And I learned from that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a hardworking woman because of her. Like, I learned I work hard because she was a single mom that had to raise 5 crazy-ass fucking kids.
On her own.
All by herself. But do I wish that it was just her? Absolutely. But more because I wish that my sister got her life back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, it wasn't fair for my sister to raise 4 other kids by herself. I'm not by herself, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, my sister had a lot of weight on her back, and a lot of her life was taken. Like, I think people take for granted, or like they don't understand. Like, we had to live all on our own too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we didn't have a lot of people. Like, my sister had to do it by herself, and so did my mom.
Yeah, and you didn't have
know,
your dad
like,
either, so
I didn't have my dad. They don't have their dad. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, even though, like, obviously your dad passed away and stuff, like, it's crazy how, and I always tell your sister that the same thing. Like, it's crazy how you're here. Like, you gone through all that. You don't have your mom here. You don't have your dad. Like, I luckily have my dad, and sometimes, like, I'm here, but I can't imagine how you guys feel. Like,
yeah.
it's
Crazy. It's crazy. But I'm grateful. Like, you know, I'm grateful for the fans. I'm grateful for my mom's music. She's touched and she's changed people's lives. Like, I just filmed the podcast, the episode with SB right now. Like, she's telling me, like, about her mom and, like, how they connect. And I'm grateful. Like, my mom had a story. Like, everyone has a story to share. And, like, she changed it. She changed it for everybody, and I'm happy and I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, that was the purpose of her life, and she fulfilled it, and, you know, God did what he had to do, and that's it, you know. But yeah, it does get a lot harder. It gets harder, and even it gets harder as I get older. Like,
I think it gets harder.
oh
as you
my
get older.
God, like, I thought it was gonna be fine, but it gets harder as you get older. And I always tell Omi, I'm like, the grief never ends.
Never.
It never stops.
Even when I feel fine, I feel like, oh my God, like, you know what's weird? Like, I feel guilty of my life being peaceful and not being sad.
Yes.
And I think it was like a month ago, because I haven't talked to my therapist. I'm sorry if you're hearing this. But, you know, like, I told her, I said, you know what? I'm really happy. It feels really weird. Like, I feel really fine. Like, there's nothing. And she's like, why do you feel guilty? I'm like, because, like, there's always something wrong in my life. And she's like, that's how life is supposed to be. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm used to something going wrong. But then when I think of it, something goes wrong. So I'm like, it's like weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, sometimes I feel guilty for not being sad. But now when I see pictures of my mom, I don't get sad.
No,
now
I don't
I'm
get
going
sad,
through
yeah.
the videos. I can't hear the voice. If I hear the voice, it messes me up.
Yeah, the voice.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how you hear your mom's voice, because I was like, oh,
I skip
no.
it. I skip
can't.
it. Maybe on my
It's so
private
weird
time.
because
Like
Johnny
I do.
and your sister
They're
Jackie,
all different.
they all like to
They
hear your
all
mom's-
can.
You're the
I
only one that
can't.
it's hard because it's
can't.
different. It's
I
different.
can't. And maybe that's something like I have to heal and grow on my own. Like the fact that, and maybe I'm just discovering that now. Like because my mom chose this career, it's what took her away from me.
I think that's why something you hold on to, you know.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's on your own terms and your own time.
Yeah. And it's the same, and it was the same for Mikey too. And it's like I'm grateful that like, you know, it just makes me sad for them.
Yeah.
We're gonna go on a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, you guys. Like I could think about myself, I could think about like what I'm going through, but at the end of the day, like I have 4 other people to worry about.
Yeah.
You know, like it's different for all of them. And it's like it's just hard, bruh. It's really hard. And it's hard for people to understand. And like I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And I'm like I choose to live my life day by day. And I'm so, so, so grateful. Like, because I wouldn't even be here if she wasn't who she was and who she made herself be by herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because it wasn't anybody else that did it. So,
First woman to sell out Staples Center.
no, but I think at the like whatever, bro. Like I don't want to fucking cry anymore. I'm done. I'm done. I'm tired. No, but like I love all my friends here right now, you guys. I'm gonna be so like honest. Like I'm so grateful for like literally every single person in this room right now and every single person that was in my life. Like
God has
At the time.
at the time, you know. No, that's literally it. Like, and I was talking to Nicole about this. Like, literally, God puts people in your life for a reason, and I'm a strong believer in that. Like, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if anybody doesn't fuck with anybody. And like, I'm just grateful for you guys. Like, you guys really have been so important and pivotal in my life. Like, Omi, like, I know, like, it is a God-given relationship. It is a reason why we connected and we're friends. And the same with Lando, and the same with Nicole, and the same with Val and Glory and everybody else. Like, everybody that's come into my life, and even fucking David, like, stupid ass. But I'm just grateful. Like, I'm grateful that I have a safe space. And you guys have welcomed me and loved me and, like, made me feel okay.
Yeah.
You know, like, and loved me, like, just love me. Not, like, for anybody else, but just, you know, me, and, like, fuck with me and ride with me, and, like, because I know it's been long. And I think you more than anybody knows, like, the journey that it's been. So I'm just thankful, and I love you guys so much. And even to everybody watching and listening, like, I'm so grateful. And if you love my mom and if you love my family, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because this wouldn't be what it is without you guys, you know? And life happens. And if there's anything that you guys can take from this episode, is just to love yours, love your family with all your heart, you know, and cherish every little single moment. I don't mean to sound corny, but it is literally, it is that simple. Like, to love and to be kind and to be there for your family, and more importantly, you know, shout out to all the mamas that are single moms, people that did it by themselves, like single dads. Like, it isn't easy. It isn't easy at all. And for any person that's grieving too, like, I promise you, I know we've been crying this whole episode, but it is gonna be okay.
It won't be easy, but you'll learn to live with the pain. It's a growing pain.
Yes.
That's literally what it is.
You grow with it. You grow with the pain.
And you learn to live with it.
You grow with it. You grow. And it'll change you to be a better person. And, you know, like, just cherish it. Just cherish yours. And I don't know if there's anything you want to say about grief or what you've learned or whatever, you know, but I'm done because I don't want to cry anymore. I'm done.
I just want to say, like, obviously we all deal with grief, either if it's a grandparent, a sister, a brother, a mom, a dad, whatever, maybe your dog. It doesn't matter. Like, I feel like grief is grief. Like, you feel it, you got to go through it. You just got to deal with it. Like, it's not going to get easy. I hate when people tell me it's going to get better. It's not going to get better. It's not.
It may feel a little bit
just
better.
give me a hug. Don't tell me it's gonna get better, because it's not. Like, it's just a pain you learn to live with, and you learn to get used to in your life. I think for myself, like, I just learned to live with it, and it's hard when you're reminded so much of how happy people are with having that person that we don't have here. Mm-hmm. But you know what? The train's been leaving so much, and it left again.
It left again. She lost her train. We're done, you guys.
We're done.
We're done. But at the end of the day, just love your family, love your friends. We never know when is the last time. Be kind.
You know what? Hold on. I have one more thing.
Appreciate them.
Be patient. Be patient. Patient with your parents. I never used to understand my mom or my dad, and I would get mad at my mom at so many things, and now I'm like, okay, I get her. But sometimes we don't understand our parents or why they're like that with us. But as we grow older, I'm like, okay, Dad, I get that. Mom, I get that. I understand that now that I'm older. So even though you think they're being mean to you, they're not being mean to you. They're doing it for a reason. And as you grow older, you understand, you're like, okay, I understand now why. Your parents are the only person in the world. I love my friends. But your parents are the only person in the world that will never hurt you.
Yep.
Ever. That's Absolutely. All I gotta say. Mic drop.
Mic drop. And with that, you guys, we're gonna end this episode because we're just gonna chill.
We're gonna go jalar la banda right now.
We're gonna celebrate. If you guys are celebrating, please enjoy. Take a shot for me. Take a shot for Omi's mom. Maria. Shout out to them. Shout out to all the people that have left us. Shout out to all the people that have left us. We love you. We miss you. Thank you guys so much again for watching and listening. Make sure you guys tune in to next week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Overcomfort Podcast is a production of iHeart's My Cultura Podcast Network.